Hi, Dr. Runge. It's Casey Stewart, and this is my book project. I read Teach Like Your Hair's on Fire, The Methods in Madness Inside Room 56 by Ralph Asquith. And it was interesting to read about him teaching 5th graders because I'm going into high school education, so that was kind of interesting for me because that's not really what I'm looking at. But the assignment was to highlight the most important part of the book, the most standoutish aspect. I can really pick one. I have 3 things that I've picked out. The first one was he put a lot of emphasis on trust rather than fear. He looked negatively upon being a disciplinary dictator. He was more about trusting his students. One example was one of his students kept telling him that she had done her work, and she kept saying it over and over and over again. I've done it, I just can't find it. And then he kept calling her name, and finally she looked up at him, and he said, I believe you. So that was really cool, and it's the trusting fact that got me so much, rather than the fear aspect. So that was one really important thing that I saw. And also it relates to the teaching standards. You know, you need to create a warm, welcoming environment, encourage learning, not discourage anything, not create a moment of fear for them to worry about. Relating to the teaching standards came all throughout reading this book. I kept thinking about the teaching standards and how much everything was relating to it. Like a role model. He kept mentioning how teachers need to be role models. And once again, going to the standards, you need to be a leader. You need to be able to get in front of these kids. These kids always look up to you, you know, that you are their role model. Also, they depend on you, and you need to be able to be, you need to be dependable. You need to be there if they need to depend on you. But the most important thing, I thought, the most interesting thing was his relation to Kohlberg's 6 levels of moral development. I don't want to get in trouble, number 1. Number 2, I want a reward. Number 3, I want to please somebody. Number 4, I follow the rules. Number 5, I am considerate of other people. Number 6, I have a personal code of behavior and I follow it. This to me was kind of the most important thing because it showed how much he cared about his students, how invested he was in his students. That was the most important thing to me, was that he wanted to make them grow as individuals and not just as students. He didn't just want to teach them information. He wanted them to grow as human beings and as people. And that to me was the most important aspect I was reading. And it once again related right back to the teaching standards of how we need to help the kids not only in the classroom but also out in the world, and we need to help them grow and become a stronger individual, more independent individual, more sophisticated individual, more intelligent individual. We just need to make them better people, not just smarter and more intelligent in the classroom sense. So those were the 3 main things I got out of the book. It's an interesting book because it was 5th graders, and he takes an interesting perspective on a lot of things, which was neat to read too. So thanks for your time. Casey Stewart again, signing off. Bye.